It's amazing because you've built it up to be so extraordinary, and then just as we're about to play it, it's gone.
I can't wait to hear this song.
Again.
This better be extraordinary. You're right, they're going to need the Thumbelina.
Shall I do the cork trick?
The cork trick. It's the only thing that will make this into a Sony Award-winning show. Can we not just play it from CD? I'm sorry to go back to the old technologies. I know we all need to be computerised nowadays. Oh my goodness me, this is going to bring more shame on the BBC. This is even worse than pretending the Queen's just stormed off in a huff.
Oh my goodness.
We've got it back. We've got it back. Okay, great. So I've enjoyed Bang Bang Bang. It's put me in mind of some classic, Lynyrd Skynyrd style rock, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I got an Aerosmith vibe from it so much that I had to listen to them on the way here on the train. I think it's Aerosmith, The New Generation. I really like that EP.
Well, I look forward to hearing more tunes from it in the future.
You might.
Thanks very much indeed. All right, listen. After we hear some Art Brut, we've got Eddie Argos from Art Brut. It couldn't be better planned. Nag 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 from Art Brut, and regular Steve Show listeners will know that we're a fan of the band, and we've enjoyed also their recent album. It's a bit complicated, I'm right in saying, I think, and I'm lucky enough to welcome to the studio Eddie Argos, who, can I say you're the front man? Would that be fair?
I'm the front man.
The front man of Art Brut. A little round of applause, please, in the Steve Wright style.
Avoiding the word singer.
Well, I mean, I don't want to, because of course the BBC now got to be very careful. We can't lay claim to things that aren't clearly the case. So yeah, no, it is a form of singing. It's a form of singing.
Is it? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, but it's a very unique voice. But I think what's great about it is there's so much character to it, and I think that's one of the things that I've really responded to with Art Brut, is that you feel like it feels like a band that is both kind of very British. Yeah, I hope that's I mean that in a positive sense.
Good.
But you know what I mean. But also, the thing I always respond to in music is the sense of a personality behind it.
No, me too. I like that.
There's a lot of sort of interchangeable indie rock now. What can you tell me about yourself? Because I have to say, I don't read the NME as often as I ought.
Okay.
I find it often annoying. So I'm sure you've been in there many times, and I should have read it and got to know all about you. What can you tell me about Eddie Argos?
About me? I don't know.
You and the band?
Yeah,
You've been going for a few years?
Oh, about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I can tell the proper story. I met Chris at a party. I can do all that.
Is that interesting?
No.
Okay, well, it's not one of
Not really.
But maybe sort of tell us how you approach. No, that's not good, is it? Maybe tell us. So you've hurt your leg.
Yeah. Yes, I hurt my leg.
What happened?
I'm not sure. I don't know how it just sort of gradually started to happen. So we travelled a lot last week. We flew like 7 times in 5 days. Right. I'm quite tall, so
sure.
I'm in economy. I can't really.
The band not successful enough to have the private jets.
Exactly.
Sure.
And so yeah, I did that. But we played in France yesterday, and because of my sore leg, I was too scared to jump off a big stage. So and then it saved me because Jamie from the Klaxons did jump off their big stage and broke his fibula. So my bad leg. But he was so cool though. Like he landed. And it was the last song anyway. He went, I think I've broken my ankle. Peace out. Wow.
That's a way to end a show.
It doesn't stop before me, even when he's broken his fibula. He was laughing.
I'm told that you're an exciting band live. Do you normally jump off into the?
Oh yeah, no, I would have done it if I wasn't in such a lot of pain.
Is that one of the reasons why you've got into?
Yeah, I think. I would to jump off of things.
just to jump off of stuff.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And one day you'll work up. It'll be you'll be playing huge stadiums. You'll be jumping off really important
onto trampolines
speakers.
maybe or something. Yeah.
Do you Because I've always been very cautious, of course, because I wear glasses. It's prevented me jumping off. Perhaps at the end of a mediocre stand-up set in a small club. There's 400 people. Thanks very much. Dive into the front row. Glasses come off. But that's always been a big anxiety for me. It's actually genuinely stopped me from enjoying a lot of concerts and moshing.
Yeah, Jasper wears glasses too, and he's always losing them.
Right.
He jumps off things also, and I think he forgets he's wearing his glasses sometimes, and then he loses them, and he can't watch television for like 3 weeks.
That's a terrible. Because you've got an earring as well, of course. I know it's very trendy. Well done. But I imagine that. What if that got caught? Perhaps.
Don't. That's getting in my head now. I'm gonna be scared about the earring.
You see, this is the terrible thing. We talked about it in the past. I'm not naturally rock and roll because I'm always worried about the health and safety implications of a lot of rock and roll.
I worry about things still. I'm not worried about that yet, and now I'm going to worry about it. This will be the last time you see me with this now.
I'd just like to see maybe you should remove that, or possibly put some sellotape over it, or a plaster,
like a blue plaster.
Yeah, a little blue plaster, like a chef in a kitchen. Yeah. And so the live show. Can you give a sense of it? I mean, the music's very kinetic, very live.
Because they're all true stories. We sort of update them live and stuff. We change the lyrics, and because that Emily Kane's a real person, and my brother's a real person and stuff. So I sort of say what's going on with them now in the song, and it's all that kind of business.
And I mean, how would you sort of characterise it? Because I think one of the things, as you say, is I'm interested to hear that you say it comes from real life and so on. Because just like the song we just heard, and I know there's another track on the album which is a lot to do with compiling mixtapes and things and passing them on and all that kind of very classically British sort of lovelorn stuff, which I love. Do you feel that you're in that heritage of the classic? The Morrises and like.
I just like. I mean, I like Jonathan Richman and stuff, and Jeffrey Lewis. I'm just trying to copy them.
Sure.
Because I'm British, I think it's different because Yeah, I'm right about myself, and I'm a British person, was they're Americans, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, steal from the best.
Yeah, of course, they are the best. Yeah.
Yeah, I could list all the people I've stolen from. And, try and find obscure people that that will never come and sue later. I looked, as many journalists do now, I looked on Wikipedia to find out about you as best I could. And it says here that you used to be the frontman of the Art Goblins.
Yes.
Oh, the Art Goblins.
I still am frontman of the Art Goblins. We reformed. Yeah.
Right.
We're getting progressively worse, which is
wow, that's
good.
Quite a talent.
I used to play the Hoover in the Art Goblins to begin with, and Escape from a Sack. It's because I was very insecure about my voice. I thought I have to do lots of different tricks to distract people from what they're actually watching.
So you'd Hoover and you'd escape from a sack?
Yeah, I get into the sack with the Hoover handcuffed and say I'm going to escape before the air gets sucked out. By the next song, we played acoustic ones, and I played the dustpan and brush, which was good too. And I used to do that.
And where can we catch the Art Goblins next?
Oh, I don't know. Probably the Buffalo Bar in Islington. That's the only place we ever play now.
Right.
No one else to have us. And they just stand at the stage, laughing and pointing. Why are you doing that?
There's a quote where it says that you've got a sense of humour, but that you're not a joke, and I think that's always quite important because when a band such as yourself has a very esoteric sound, there is always that danger that people either think you're being just flippant or that it's just a big joke or whatever. I mean, do you feel that that's a danger?
It used to annoy me. People would think like Emily Kane was a funny song and stuff. I'd be like, it's not funny. I love her doing so. But now I don't. If people like it, they like it. It doesn't upset me anymore. But I think people sort of know now we're not really a joke. Yeah. And I want the lyrics to be conversational. And if we were like talking in a pub or something, I would be joking and talking about mixtapes and stuff. So.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's nice that, and I think again that's why I related to as you say, Richmond, and also people like Morrissey. They always had that feeling that it was coming from the pages of their diary, which was always something that
I love that in bands too.
Yeah, absolutely, very much so. And it says here that you were born in Weymouth.
Yeah, I was. That's funny.
And that you're an ex-mental health worker and former traffic warden.
Yeah, I was sacked from being a traffic warden though because I wasn't very good at it. So
how can you not be good at it? Because I was such a straightforward job.
Because I was too nice. Like, that's fine. Off you go. I didn't give out. You may do like 25 tickets a day or something. I did about 7 a week, not for very long. And they're like, you can't really work anymore. You're too nice. And that's when I became, a social worker, more suited to me, I think, than a traffic warden.
And how did you get on with social working? Because that looks quite difficult.
That was brilliant. I loved it. It was brilliant.
And are there a number of cases left pending because you just went off as
I just went and left them. Yeah. No, someone took over for me, I'm sure. Fingers crossed, anyway.
We hope so, yeah. Eddie, before we talk some more, one of the things we have when we have people in is to choose records and suggest music to us, because that's sort of the nature of the show, really, is the idea of, like you say, both pub conversation, but also the way that people share mixtapes and music and so on. And you've chosen some tunes for us. What's the first one you've chosen?
Jenny by the Mountain Goats.
Okay, can you tell me anything about Mountain Goats?
Oh, they're brilliant. They're one of my favourite ever bands, and then we were lucky enough to play with them. Like, we played this Pitch Rock Festival, and I came off the stage, and the lead singer was dancing to us, and I was like sweating down your feet, and he gave me a bottle of water and a towel, and I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. Wow. So he's like, that was really good. I just sort of went, and then sort of collapsed. So yeah, I was very happy that they liked us, because I'm besotted with them, I think.
Well, let's see if they win us over as much as they have you. Here's the Mountain Goats. It's a Steve Show, BBC Six Music, with me, Stephen Merchant, and our guest Eddie Argos, frontman for Art Brew and singer. I'm going to come out and say it. I'm going to pin my feelings to the mast.
Very kind of you.
Is it true that you got into a fight with some bloke from Block Party?
Yeah, but we're friends now.
You're friends now?
Yeah, that was very out of the blue. Yeah.
Well, I just thought I'd try and mix it up a bit, catch you unawares.
I was really drunk at Glastonbury like 2 years ago and did an interview where I said I thought they were terrible and stuff. And then I kept apologising afterwards. And then it got to the point. He went on telly and called me fat, which wasn't very nice.
That's horrible.
And it's the kind of comment that killed Karen Carpenter. So,
exactly.
It wasn't very nice thing to do.
Yeah.
So then after that, we're friends now. Let's not talk about it anymore.
No, let's not mention.
Because we had, they put you alphabetically at festivals in your bus, and Art Brew and Block Party often get put next to each other.
I see.
So, and Baby Shambles I was a bit mean about as well. I'm better now, but I used to sort of skulk around at festivals, hiding in the shadows in case someone tried to stab me up.
But this is the danger, though. It's one of the things that you discover once you get sort of as it were a public voice, is that the things that you would normally say in the pub and the feelings you would express and your opinions, therefore suddenly you can't say it anymore. That's why I'm polite about every other presenter, comedian. I claim I like Six music, but you've got to be very careful. It's terrible. And also, if you're sat right next to them on the bus and perhaps you've borrowed their pepper and not passed it back.
Yeah, all that business is not so good.
You've got to be very careful. Yeah. And but it sounds quite rock and roll. See, that's the thing, is that one of the things I've always felt very frustrated about is I would love to be a musician, and I don't have any musical aptitude, and I maybe could learn to play the guitar, but I'm lazy. But I do miss out on that feeling of what it must be like to be sort of rock and roll and the travelling and all that stuff. Did you enjoy it, or does it become a headache?
No, it becomes a leg ache. No, I enjoy it. I've never really been abroad much before as an Art Brew, and I've kind of been everywhere now. It's going nice. Sometimes you want to go home to your bed and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't really complain because it's such a nice job. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's the best job, really.
You were in Hamburg and you played with Oasis.
Yep, we did. It was good. They were, Liam Gallagher started the stage dancing. Came to both sound checks.
That's very sweet of him.
Yeah, he was
you
very
don't
nice.
imagine him being that sort of guy.
No, I shouldn't be saying he's sweet. Maybe he's built this big image up of being like aggressive, and he was a lovely man.
but he was giving the V's probably.
Oh, he was swearing under his breath.
Exactly.
He was very cool. He changed his clothes about 3 times during the day. Like, I thought these must be his stage clothes now, like sunglasses and stuff. No, it's just different.
That's
clothes.
just his popping down to the corner
down.
shop.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty cool.
And you mentioned that they were sort of singing along and.
You said I can't say what he said because I swear within it. So
Okay.
he said,
up.
effing have it. He said.
Nice. Of course he did. I think that was a given.
He said effing have it.
he's become a family man, so now he cleans up his own bad language. Yeah.
That's it. Effing have it. That's bloody fantastic.
Good. yeah. That's
what he said.
jolly nice.
Yeah. So enjoying modern art. So that's his favourite. And he said that's my favourite. So there you go.
And you said that they were singing
Half Man of Biscuit. Yeah, like I was saying, it was a bit weird. Us supporting Oasis. I was like, this is a bit like Half Man of Biscuit supporting U2.
Yeah.
And he said, our kid used to play me Half Man of Biscuit when we shared a room or something, and they both sang me a little bit of Trumpton Riots of the first Half Man of Biscuit.
The Gallagher brothers just singing some Half Man.
Yeah, I was sat down too, and they were stood up. It was very surreal. It was
That's really beautiful.
This is lovely. This is kind of cool. But I thought briefly, because I've been telling the story for a long time, that I might have made it up because it's quite a strange story.
Yes.
And then my friend Keith was like, no, that definitely happened. So it's like I was worried that I had made it up, but it's true apparently.
Start to meet people that perhaps you admire, or certainly celebrities. Is that something that kind of you find weird and freaks you out? It's certainly something I've experienced. Is that you meet people that you admire, and you never quite. It's like you want to kind of crawl inside their minds and figure out how they operate and what they think.
Do you know Jans Lekman? Do you know him? Like he's like a singer-songwriter.
If he's really important and great and arty and cool, then yes, I have.
Well, I loved him, and I met him at a festival, and I said he was mine. It was brilliant. I was like, Jans Lekman, like I just saw you play. It's the best thing I've ever. Like, you're life-changing. You're the new Jonathan Richman. That was fantastic. Like, you've changed me now as a person from that set. It was brilliant. Thank you. And he said, I don't speak British, and walked away. Like, all of his songs were in English.
Oh no!
And then the next day, I saw Jonathan Richman live, and he walked past me, like this, like as close as you are now, and I was too scared to speak to him because of Jans Lekman. So maybe sad.
It's weird. It's weird because I used to have that urge that there's something about the art of communicating. There's something desirable about giving a piece of yourself to the world and it responding. And that's one of the reasons I was interested in becoming a writer. And then you think that's great. And then when people start coming up and saying, "Wow, I really liked your work," and that, you think, "Oh, do you know what? I can't be bothered to have a conversation now. I'm busy. I'm with my friends." It's terrible. It's terrible.
How he's looking out the window though. It's fine. And I don't normally do it. Like I'm quite shy, really, unless I'm drunk. And I was a bit drunk. But. So I was just the only one time I've done it really, and it was to him, and it kind of went bad.
So you sort of soured it for you.
Yeah, but the man and girls were nice. They came up to me and said, "Oh, hello, that was very good." And it's like, same day actually. So I should have learned from that and said hello to Jonathan Richman. Perhaps.
So you've not yet met Richman?
No,
well, lucky you, Eddie, because oh no, it's not.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, well, no, I was too shy. Really.
That's a disappointment.
He played there because he didn't really sing anymore. He just sort of dances now and plays the cowbell. It was very good.
That's
a very strange set he played, but it was brilliant. Yeah.
Well, you've also chosen another tune from us, from a band that we've enjoyed in the past on the show, Hold Steady. Is this a band that you've seen live? I've heard they're very good.
Not yet. Hopefully we're touring with them, like in October in America. No, I don't think, actually, whoops. I don't think I'm supposed to mention that.
I was going to say, that sounds to me like a big exclusive.
Yeah, whoops, there you go. But maybe then. But yeah, I love them. They're my favourite band.
That's only the second time we've had an exclusive, and the previous one was when Sammy once spent a Saturday night in a tent. That was the only other exclusive thing we've ever had on this show. Okay, so let's hear Barfruit Blues from the Hold Steady. Barfruit Blues from the Hold Steady. The choice of our guest here, Eddie Argos from Art Brutes, and we were just discussing the boss, the great man, Bruce Springsteen, because the Hold Steady often are compared to Bruce, or sometimes sound like early Bruce, and also have referred to him, and you say they've played with him as well.
Yeah, it's like a sort of memorial concert. I saw it like on the telly, on YouTube even, and it's like Bruce Springsteen singing, he's joining in, and the look of delight on his face, like he's like jumping and like doing a jig.
That's so sweet.
Blowing him kisses, like hugging him, looking amazed at the camera, like have a look at it, it's amazing.
And you say that you're a Bruce fan.
Yeah, or